Yo guys, CFB, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully we're all doing well. I'm having a good time. You know, I just literally just got out the shower, but we've had some big developments. Not just as I've come out the shower, but time's ticking today. I'm sorry for the late upload, but it's the best I can possibly do for today. But we've uploaded 3 days on a trot because there's been 3 big days of news. We went like just before these last 3 days of big news. We had like a week of a stale news, no news at all. Whereas now we're getting some big updates, and we have had a massive one as I've come out the shower. So yeah. Before we get into any of it, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description is my second channel, so go check that out. It'd be very much appreciated. And yeah, let's get straight into this because we've got quite a lot of news. This might be another 15-minute video at this rate, but we've got some big developments. So let's start off with with the not so big one, the least. So this is to do with Kai Havertz, and you know, yesterday, as I reported yesterday on my video, Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Kai Havertz. That's all done. They just need to send a figure now to Chelsea, revolving around a price tag. Well, it looks like we kind of haven't. We can get to know what type of price tag Arsenal about to send. So this comes from Tom Roddy. Arsenal are set to send a bid to Chelsea in excess of 55 million for Kai Havertz. Now, I haven't got the photo up on here as well, but apparently Bayern Munich are re-interested on him because Tuchel wants him at Bayern Munich. So there could be a little bidding war here. Who knows? I don't think Arsenal will entertain a bidding war. I think they'll back out because that's what type of club they are. They know they will lose, so they back out. You know what I mean? But the fact that we probably will get 55 million if Arsenal are going to bid real quick, which they are meant to be. But if there's a bidding war, we could get up to 65, 70 for Kai Havertz, which is like a blessing, an absolute blessing in disguise for us. So yeah, that's just Kai Havertz. The quick little update on Kai Havertz. 55 million I would take. I already said I'll take over 50 million. We get over £50 million bid for him. Snatch it and run. It's literally a daylight robbery. Do you know what I mean? Snatch it and run. Let's now get into the next bit of news, which ties into another big bit of news that we're going to deliver. But at the same time, this bit of news that I'm about to deliver you right now could be the biggest one of today. It is the biggest one of today, but we're still going to get onto another big development. And this one has literally just come out as I've got out the shower. Literally done my hair, you know, dried my hair. Sorry if my hair is a bit of a mess. You know, I had to rush it and everything because currently right now it's about 7 minutes until 9:30 at night. So yeah, I apologise for late upload. I won't be uploading this late ever again. Do you know what I mean? But we have a big development, and this comes from David Ornstein, so you know it's correct. You know it's factual, and Fabrizio has also corrected this. And this is what David Ornstein had to say. So Chelsea have agreed terms with Nicolas Jackson, plus intend to strike a deal with Villarreal, 35 million euro release clause. If needed, 21-year-old striker has committed. Also, Brighton rejected 60 million from Chelsea. Caicedo bid 2 weeks ago. Lavia, Kone, Tonali, Barella amongst alternative. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. So let's break it down here because that's quite a long text. Let's break it down. We have agreed personal terms. It doesn't say personal terms, but it does mean personal terms with Nicolas Jackson, the striker that I was on about. I think it might have been yesterday or the day before. 21-year-old striker, 6'1". I think he's 6'1". Yeah. Scored. I think from what I've seen, he scored 9 goals in his last 8 La Liga games. I'm going to actually quickly check right now. So Nicolas Jackson last season in 26 games got 12 goals and 4 assists. Now, don't read too much into it. Let's not read too much into the stats. Everyone's probably going to go 12 goals, 4 assists in a dead league, you know. It ain't that great in 26 games and stuff like that. But don't read into all that all the time because it's not always just about stats. When it comes to striker, it kind of does. But this guy's a good striker. I've had a look at some clips of him. I haven't watched him in a full match. Never watched him in a full match. But he looks like a promising striker. Now, my only worry about the situation is if I mean, it's going to be about £30 million, £29 million, 28 maybe. You know, that's a very good deal. But my worry is, I hope this isn't a that Trevor Fowler situation, because that Trevor Fowler last season, we signed him in January. We could have used him on many occasions, and we didn't use him. We let him rot in a way. He's been playing in the reserves, and, you know, it seems like he's going to be a future player where we build him up, and maybe in 3 or 4 years' time, he starts becoming really good and playing in the first team in like 3 years' time. I hope we don't do this with Nicolas Jackson. We need a striker in now. And Nicolas Jackson seems like, you know, he's already played in a European league, a top 5 league, at a decent level for a decent team. I think he could come in, and I'm hoping this is somebody we bring into the first team as a first team striker. I hope it's not a reserve type of thing in the future. I hope it isn't, because we need to get a striker done now. Now, the next thing I'm going to move on to, it's all good that we've got the personal terms agreed. Now we just need to get a deal done with Villarreal, which I think will get done. I think this will be done very, very quickly. Seems like this is all developing really quick. David Ornstein obviously also said in that text that we have had a £60 million bid rejected from Brighton for Caicedo in the last 2 weeks. Now, that's good to hear in a way, because it looks like we're doing things behind the scenes. A lot of you are going to probably, if you're reading this, haven't read the news at all, you're probably going to be a bit worried about this, saying they've already rejected 60 million for Caicedo. Now, hold your horses. Hold them. Do not worry. We've got the alternatives of just in case when we bid next time. It seems like. So, I'm going to put you guys in a much more safer place here. So, this is what Fabrizio Romano had to say last night. We all know Fabrizio Romano's clued up on everything, so this is what he had to say yesterday. Caicedo fee around 80 million to 85 million. It could take some days. So Fabrizio clearly knew we bidded for him already. It got rejected. He is saying the price tag that Brighton want is about 80 to 85 million. So that's clear and obvious why Brighton rejected 60 million for Caicedo. Like I said, it's good to hear, because it looks like we were actually doing stuff behind the scenes. 80 to 85 million is a bit worrying. I reckon we could strike a deal for 75. I generally think Chelsea could get a deal for about 75 for him. I think if we bidded 60 million like we have, I think we should have included Conor Gallagher in the deal. Maybe 55 million plus Conor Gallagher, like I said, could get the deal done. That's just my, that's my theory around the situation. Now, let's before we move on to the rest of the Caicedo news, I'm going to talk about the alternatives. Now, when I get back onto the alternatives, Lavia I see as a backup. I think Lavia would be a great backup to Caicedo. Kone, again, Manu Kone, if you don't know, Mönchengladbach CDM, great player. It looks like he's on his way to Liverpool though, but again, I'll take him as a backup to Caicedo. Tonali, I think he's a really good player, Tonali. I think he's a really good player. Same with Barella, and this goes with Barella too. But to back up Caicedo, I don't know. Not to back up Caicedo, and they seem like starters to me. But also as an alternative, I just don't see them really working in the Prem. I really don't see them working in the Prem. I think they should stay in their leagues they're in now, or Bundesliga or La Liga. I think that would suit their game a bit more. Now, let's move on to the rest of the Caicedo news. So this came from Fabrizio yesterday as well. Chelsea are really advancing on the player side of this deal for Moses Caicedo. Personal terms are getting closer, and the conversations between Chelsea and Caicedo are going very well. That's great to hear. That is, honestly, that's all we need basically. To hear that, basically personal terms are pretty much agreed. Basically, as soon as we got personal terms agreed, we just need to get the fee right. And in my opinion, I think Chelsea shouldn't stutter about and chuck another 65 million in and know it's going to get rejected, but know the price. I think Chelsea should just slap the bid down of 80 million or 75 and try and get this done quickly, because like I already said many times before, I think teams will be, if we keep leaving it later and later, teams will come in for Lavia. Caicedo. That's just my personal opinion on the situation. Now, this also came from Fabrizio Romano yesterday, clarifying basically what talks have been going on between Chelsea and Caicedo. Chelsea are really tempting Caicedo with their project. He values that over Champions League football. Now, you know why he rejected Arsenal. It's good to hear. No, I really need to hear this project one day, because it seems like every player and manager is into this Chelsea project. Whereas in the last year, since the owners come in about the project, it's been awful. You know what I mean? It's been awful. But it's good to hear that Caicedo, you know, even after Chelsea's season we just had and everything, he's looking at Chelsea and going, okay, I can see the future that we've got with this team. He knows we're a big club. He knows we're a big club. He knows we're one of the biggest in the world. And I think he wants a piece of that. He knows we'll be back in the Champions League soon. I'm hoping it'll be next season. We'll have to see what goes on there. But this is, like I already said yesterday, this is getting closer and closer. We just need to slap the price down. Get the personal terms agreed by the end of this week and slap the price down by next week. Get him secured by the, in my opinion, by the end of not next week, the week after. I think it could be. That's just my personal opinion. Now we move on to the last bit of news, which ties into the Caicedo news in a way. Obviously, I reported on Chelsea going for Romeo Lavia as of late. I gave the updates on that a couple videos ago, maybe a week ago, I think it was. Wow, we actually have some developments on the Romeo Lavia situation. Maybe it doesn't look likely anymore. This is what has been said as of late. Chelsea met Romeo Lavia's father and still believes they have a chance of getting him. Depending on sales, they could get him and Moses Caicedo. It's possible. Romeo Lavia's agent, Emeka Ebasi, sorry if I butchered that, of Elite Project Group Ltd, is growing in power at Arsenal because they sorted Bukayo Saka's contract renewal out. Interest is real at Arsenal. Now, as of late, in the last 24 hours, it's been highly reported that apparently Arsenal are looking like Romeo Lavia's most likely destination. Even though literally about a week ago, it was looking like it was going to be Chelsea's. Never heard of that source personally, but apparently, according to a couple of people, apparently he is somewhat reliable. So it's best to take it into best notes. We have to see how the rest of that situation develops in the next coming days, weeks. But I already said, if we get Caicedo, I would love Romeo Lavia to back up Caicedo. I would love it, and I think it would be brilliant if we got that. If we miss out on Lavia, I think I would like Chelsea to go in for Fulham's Palhinha. I think he would be really, really good as a backup to Caicedo. I think it would be brilliant business. I think it would come to cheaper than Lavia. I think Lavia is still about 45-50 million. I think Southampton are offering. Relegated Southampton still offering about 50 mil for Lavia. 30 million, I think, would be a good deal since they got relegated. That's just me personally. But yeah, from that text, it's not looking great. Chelsea say they still got a chance. Of course, we're going to think we can have a chance because we are Chelsea. We're bigger than Arsenal. That's just that. London is blue. Let's be real here. So yeah, we'll have to see how that develops in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that's all the news for today, guys. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments how you think about the Villarreal striker terms being agreed with him. I think that deal could be done very, very soon. Very soon. Kai Havertz looking like he's out the window. Caicedo looking very, very, very likely now. Literally just Chelsea in the race for him. We should get that done easily. Kai Havertz going out could afford Caicedo. That Kai Havertz money could go to Caicedo. You never know. Let me know what you think about Lavia as well. Maybe it's looking a bit unlikely with Lavia. Who would you back up Caicedo with if we do get Caicedo? If we can't get Lavia, let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear. Yeah, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, take care. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.